Hello and welcome back to another video. Today I will talk about Louisiana Voodoo. Louisiana Voodoo is an Afro-American religion which originated in Louisiana. It arose through a synchronization of traditional religions of South Africa, the Roman Catholic form of Christianity, and Haitian Voodoo. French settlers arrived in Louisiana in 1699, with the first enslaved Africans being brought there in 1719. In 1763, the Spanish Empire took control and remained in power until 1803. The religion of the slaves combined with elements of the religions of their captors, providing the origin of Louisiana Voodoo. Under the French and Spanish governments, Voodoo did not experience strong persecution. All of the Western African groups contributed to the development of Louisiana Voodoo. Their knowledge of herbs, poisons, and the ritual creation of charms and amulets intended to protect oneself or harm others became a key part of Louisiana Voodoo. The Owanga, a charm used to poison an enemy, contains toxic roots of the figulaire maudit tree, which is brought from Africa and preserved in Louisiana. The ground-up root is combined with other ingredients like bones, nails, roots, holy water, holy candles, or crucifixes. The administrator of the ritual frequently invoked protection from Jehovah and Jesus Christ. This openness of African belief allowed for the adoption of the Catholic practices into Louisiana Voodoo. Voodoo was never explicitly banned in Louisiana. However, amid establishment fears that voodoo may be used to start a slave rebellion, in 1817 the municipal issued an ordinance preventing slaves from dancing on days other than Sundays and in places that weren't designated for dancing. The main location permitted was New Orleans Congo Square, but voodoo dance rituals continued at other locations. In the early 19th century, newspaper articles began denouncing the religion. In August 1850, about 50 women were arrested at a voodoo dance ceremony. In 1855, a mob attempted to seize a practitioner, Elizabeth Sutherland, who they accused of hexing people, but local police protected her. During the American Civil War, the Union Army occupied New Orleans and sought to suppress voodoo. Oppression of voodoo intensified following the Civil War. In the 1880s and 1890s, the New Orleans authorities again clamped down on voodoo. Voodoo was used as evidence to bolster the white elite's claim that Africans were inferior to Europeans. Various practitioners set up shops selling paraphernalia and charms. They also began exploiting the commercial opportunities of the religion by staging ceremonies and charging for entry. By the earliest 20th century, there were no more publicly prominent voodoo practitioners in New Orleans. But later in the 20th century, voodoo saw a resurgence. Various groups emerged, such as the African American Miriam Chamani, who established the Voodoo Spiritual Temple in 1990. The Voodoo revival has drawn many of its deities from Haitian Voodoo, which were called Iwa. They were often considered to be intermediaries of God, who in Haitian Voodoo is usually termed Le Bon Dieu. There are 4 phases to voodoo rituals, all identifiable by the song being sung. They are preparation, invocation, possession, and farewell. The songs are used to open the gate between the deities and the human world and invite the spirits to possess someone. In the 21st century, various voodoo groups wore white clothing for their ceremonies. Influenced by Haitian Voodoo, those assembled may dance around a central post called the poto mitan. Patterned flags called drapos may be brought out, while songs are sung in Haitian Creole. Drawings called veve may be made on the floor to invoke the spirits. Practitioners sometimes perform rituals to deal with specific issues. In August 1995, voodoo practitioners held a ritual in the Baywater area of New Orleans to try to drive away crime. Many contemporary practitioners have their own personal altars, often in their kitchen or living room. These altars are understood as assisted communication with food and drink being offered. Many historical voodoo rituals involved the presence of a snake. Marie Laveau was described speaking to a snake during her ceremonies. The New Orleans Voodoo Spiritual Temple has its own temple snake. Charms created to either help or harm are called gris-gris. A common charm for protection or luck would consist of material wrapped up in red flannel and worn around the neck. An example of a voodoo curse is to place an object inside the pillow of the victim. Another involves placing a coffin inscribed with the victim's name on their doorstep. In other instances, voodoo practitioners sought to hex others by placing black crosses, salt, or mixtures incorporating mustard, lizards, bones, oil, and grave dust on a victim's doorstep. To counter these hexes, some people cleaned their doorstep. Some others would sprinkle their doorstep with powdered brick. Healing plays a prominent role in 21st century Louisiana voodoo. Various botanicas exist in New Orleans that sell herbs and other materials for use in ritual preparations. I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and I'll see y'all next time.